With Avatar: The Way of Water coming in December 2022, both Stephen Lang and Sigourney Weaver will return, but there is one problem. Both of them died in the previous film, so how will they be returning to the sequel? In this video, I'll particularly be focusing on Stephen Lang's character and how he might return as an Avatar based on some theories, as it's not yet been officially revealed. Now, as mentioned, he does die at the end of Avatar. We clearly see him being killed on screen, although we never get to see what happens to his body. The first theory could imply that he simply dragged his half-dead body to some sort of machinery, one similarly to what Jake used to get into his avatar body, but instead he transferred his consciousness into an avatar that he had secretly made in case of a situation like this. We know that Grace was busy dying and that the Na'vi tried to do the same to her with the help of Eywa, but her body was ultimately too far gone and she didn't make a full transition to the avatar body, thus her mind could be one with Eywa, but more on that in a different video. Now, if Colonel Miles didn't die during his transferring process, then his mind would in fact be in an avatar body. Afterwards, of course, his human body would have been too damaged to return back to, thus he stayed in his avatar body, secretly training to eventually hunt Jake and his family. The plot does, after all, state that an ancient threat resurfaces. That could mean that Miles, or, and this is my second theory, the darker side of Pandora could resurface. Eywa is the guiding force of life and the deity of Pandora, as we see the presence of Eywa through the Seeds of Life, and Eywa even helps the Na'vi in the final battle after Jake asks for help at the Tree of Life. Stating Eywa is the guiding force of life and the deity of Pandora sounds a lot like the Force. And as you know, the Force does have a light side and a dark side. Neytiri even said to Jake during his prayer that Eywa doesn't take sides, but yet we saw Eywa helping the Na'vi win the fight at the end of the film. So in that sense, Eywa did choose and thus have some sort of idea of balance. Or at least that's what we're believed to think. Even Neytiri said to Jake that Eywa protects the balance of life, again sounding a lot like the balance of the Force. Now, in the first film, Eywa helped the Na'vi, thus to balance it out, technically, Eywa needs to now help the humans, again bringing balance to life. This could hint to a darker side of Eywa, one that wasn't explored in the first film, and a side which the Na'vi doesn't even know about themselves. Thus, when Miles was busy dying, Eywa could have moved his consciousness over to the body of a Na'vi. We know moving the consciousness of a human does require a body of a Na'vi, as Jake had a body made thanks to his brother, and Grace did have an avatar of her own, but she ultimately died during the transfer. Miles doesn't have an avatar, at least that we know of, and I don't think they'll just take a random Na'vi body, as you do require some DNA to do this. Thus, I do think he had an avatar made in secret, and thanks to Eywa, or in this case the darker side of Eywa, his consciousness was transferred to this new avatar body. This could set up a much darker Avatar film, as I mentioned in the previous video, due to the fact that we could see a side of Pandora that we didn't know existed. Perhaps this could then force the Na'vi to find a new home on another planet, because as we know, Pandora is one of 13 moons, so who knows what is on the other moons. But what do you think? Do you think that an avatar was made in secret for Miles? Let me know in the comments below, and for more Avatar theories, check out the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.